So the Scream 7 trailer has just been released today, and it is very, 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 very exciting because it's Scream. Scream is probably my favourite slasher franchise of all time, and Ghostface is probably my favourite slasher character of all time, a slasher villain. It's a very generic pick, I know, and he's also probably one of the weakest when you compare to like Jason, Michael, and Freddy, but still, I really, really, really still like Ghostface. He's just an icon, and he's really, really cool with his buck knife and robes. Anyway, yeah, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a breakdown video on Scream 7 and giving you my initial thoughts. It's been almost 3 years by the time this film comes out since we last got a Scream film. Scream 6 came out in 2023. It's now October 2025. And yeah, it's still 2 years at the time recording this, but by the time Scream 7 comes out, so I can't speak at all, it will have almost been 2 years. But anyway, yeah, this movie looks pretty promising. I know it's the 7th film in the franchise, and it's just one of the probably repeated films, franchises in the slasher genre. But I don't really care. Scream, I've always been there for Scream, and I will probably end up liking this movie in some sort of way, even if it's bad, because I've always enjoyed the Scream films. So yeah, anyway, but being brutally honest, I'm not just being biased towards Scream. This film actually does look pretty promising. Ghostface looks pretty different. He is not messing around this time, and there's a lot of things I want to talk about that are sprinkled throughout this trailer. So anyways, let's get into it. I've actually watched this trailer before, and by the way, going into this, this won't be my first time watching it. I was going to do a reaction video, but then I couldn't wait. As soon as I came back from school, I saw this on my phone. I just pressed into it and started watching it. So this is just my breakdown video and giving you my initial thoughts on it. But yeah, there's no reaction because I've already seen this trailer. Anyway, let's quickly watch through this trailer and see what we can break down and talk about.
This is it.
Can't believe we're staying at the Psycho Killer B&B.
So already pretty cool, as I say. This is like, I'm guessing probably the opening sequence, just a couple visiting Stu's house, and it's been turned into a B&B or some sort of attraction, as I see, because it's like there's like marks in the floor where like Billy was lying. There's like a fake pool of blood. That's pretty funny. And if I go back a bit, actually,
Can't believe we're staying
there's a stab poster in the wall as well. That's pretty funny and pretty cool.
at the Psycho Killer B&B.
I like that. That was a pretty clever first kind of jump scare. In a way, it's just like a Ghostface animatronic.
Oh, that's so cool. It's a motion detector.
And then there's Ghostface. This is another theory for me. I know people you'll get a massive group of people who'll think this is Stu, and people won't think it's Stu. I'm in the middle. I do think he has a chance of coming back, even though he was kind of killed basically in the original. But at the same time, would it really make sense for him to come back? But I would be happy either way. Honestly, I really do like Stu as a Ghostface. He's probably third behind Mickey and Roman for me. But this is looking pretty good already with Ghostface chasing this random girl. Just have casually tanked the fall from like the second floor onto like solid wood. Already a good feat. That's pretty cool. Like he turns around and literally waits for her to fall on top of him and stab him. That's pretty creative actually. I don't think I've actually ever seen that in a Scream film.
Hello?
Hello, Sydney.
There it is. There is the famous quote, and Sydney is finally back after one film of absence in Scream 6.
Did you miss me? Nice little town you...
I noticed there's a little, it's nothing to do with Scream, but there's a little Texas Chainsaw Massacre reference there. It's literally, it says Dallas, and it must be a cinema or something, I'm guessing, but that's pretty cool.
found. You and your pretty daughter reminds me of where we grew up.
Well,
Now that line that Ghostface says is a massive big clue that gives away, I feel like, what could possibly be a Ghostface from the past, because if he says this place reminds me of where me and you grew up, then that surely has something to do with the past. Like, they would only know that if it was someone that had a connection to Sydney in the past, a new Ghostface, a completely new person. Or even if it wasn't a new person, they wouldn't be saying that. It would be weird for them to say that, even when it's literally a new person. They wouldn't go ahead and just say it. So the Ghostface saying that gives a big clue, I feel like, to who it could possibly be. They even teasing already in that first official trailer, which I quite like.
You
But
sure know a lot about
that
me
could
for
be
another
a-
asshole
another
hiding
hint
behind a
towards
voice changer.
Oh, I'm not hiding, Sydney.
this is pretty cool.
Not this time.
And I like how Sydney, a bit like Laurie Strode in Halloween, has like a sort of safe guarded bit of her house where it's just like designed to protect her from, you know, who she, you got Ghostface in instance. So for Laurie it's Michael Myers, but for Laurie, Sydney it's Ghostface. That's pretty cool. Ghostface doing that Michael Myers there where he's like setting up. I like this sequence as well. It's pretty good. I'm sure it'll be good in the film.
I want to be a fighter, like you. If you hurt her.
I'm not going to hurt her until you're here to see it.
Let's unmask.
Gail's back, casually again surviving what happened to her in Scream 6 when she was like stabbed a bunch of times.
This fucker.
There's Chad, and is that Mindy? I think it is Mindy, but she's just different hairstyle. She looks completely different to how she looked in Scream 6.
All your friends died for just being near you.
I like this bit's cool. Like Ghostface bursts out of nowhere and literally covers him in a plastic bag.
You.
Where is my daughter? Tatum, listen to me.
And she named her daughter Tatum, Sydney. Wow, yeah. So it's a big homage and tribute to the original Scream film where her best friend was called Tatum. Tatum O'Reilly, Dewey's little sister. That is pretty cool.
Trying to find another
Nice
way
little
in.
woman.
We're gonna do this together. You're gonna have to shoot him through the wall. Where? To the right of the door. Shoot him now! Do it now! Oh, you got it.
Sydney should know by now, honestly, that a couple of gunshots don't really put Ghostface down. Multiple Ghostfaces have proved that. Roman's proved that. Mickey's proved that. Pretty much most of the male Ghostfaces have proved that gunshots don't keep them down. So why would she, at this point, 7 movies into the franchise, kind of expect... Well, I guess she didn't say you got on, but... Oh, she did, but... She then just watch this. She just kind of says, shoot me in the head.
He's dead. You need to make sure you shoot him in the head.
I'm gonna burn it all down.
That's a very cold quote from Ghostface there, actually. And that is probably the coolest shot of the film. Ghostface just walking away with Stu's house burning in the background. Whoa, that is a cool shot. I actually kind of smiled when I saw this for the first time.
This is gonna be fun.
And then that last line literally is, I 100% think that is Stu. That is Stu's voice there. I recognise Matthew Lillard's voice. I'll play it louder this time. Hang on.
This is gonna be fun.
That's definitely Stu. That is definitely Matthew Lillard's voice. If it's not, then I don't know what is, because that is his voice. So that again is a big clue that he might be. We already know he's coming back, but for Stu as Ghostface, for the first time in the franchise, previous Ghostface would come back, and that'd be pretty cool actually, because this would kind of contribute to my next thing I'm going to talk about, and that is Ghostface becoming stronger. I know Ghostface has always meant to be a sort of realistic slasher. He's not really supernatural like Jason or Michael or Freddy or Pinhead, but even Leatherface, he's just a regular human, but he's strong. I would have always liked Ghostface to have just caught up with them in a wee sort of way, like even gaining some of their feats. For Ghostface just to be strong as, say, 1978 Michael or part of Jason, I'd be happy. I'd be really happy. Even that. Nothing over the top like Zombie Jason. But for Ghostface again, Halloween 1 Michael sort of strength and Jason part 3 durability, I'd be very happy. But they've sadly not done that. So the fact that if Stu comes back and he survived that TV, that would give him already a very impressive feat of surviving a TV dropped on his head. And possibly he would be stronger in terms of like what he can do with his strength. He could maybe throw people, he could stab people much harder, and he could maybe lift people up with one hand. This is just me saying what I would wish I would like to happen, but it's probably not going to happen because Scream's meant to be realistic, it's meant to stay grounded. But if that did happen and they made Ghostface stronger than he was in basically all the previous films, even stronger than Roman, I'd be very happy. And I'd be over the moon actually. So yeah, but if they do manage to make Ghostface stronger in this film, as I said, I'd be actually shocked. I'd be amazed. I'd be really, really happy about that. So fingers crossed that they do. But yeah, I'm not sure. Anyways, yeah, there is my initial breakdown, I guess, and giving you all my thoughts and opinions on the new Scream 7 trailer. Thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want to. Comment down below what you think of this trailer, and if it's gotten you excited for Scream 7, if you think it's a good movie, or if you think it's going to be a good movie or not. Because I personally think it will, but that's just me being me, because I like Scream. But yeah, there's some very cool shots in this film to take away from and break down and think about, especially the Stu teases and Ghostface potentially being stronger. But yeah, anyway, once again, thanks for watching. That's it for this video. Until next one, bye bye.